Alright, round two. The other thing didn't work at all. It didn't record any of the audio, so I'm gonna just check. I'm not gonna do this again without testing. So here we are. Yeah, Distrokid. You pay a short monthly fee, a yearly fee, and then you get what you want. The only problem is you gotta pay per song for Shazam, per song per year for eternity for adding other stores, per song or per album per year for YouTube monetization. And if you want to do the leave a legacy where you leave it forever, you have these. So basically these numbers show that in the first year, if you have a single song and leave it, these things are adding up. So after 5 years, you're basically paying almost $300, and you better have $300 worth of income to show for this stuff. 7-track EP, same deal. 12-track album, same deal. You multiply the Shazams and whatever other stuff by 12, and then you pay the album fee for that. But you're going to pay that every single year forever. So that's money coming out, or money that you owe forever, regardless of whether your song is getting streamed or you have income or not. Ups and downs. This is constant. So you have this thing that is a combination. So if you made 3 singles, 3 12-track albums in 1 year and just stopped, then I just wondered if I could talk over my old video that I recorded. Just play it and then talk about it and record the screen. Is that cheap? I don't know. I don't know. Cheap is good though. Cheap. Anyway, if I did this, membership costs would be this that everyone knows about, which could be $19.99, but I don't care about that as much, the $19.99 tier, because with this one apparently you can choose your own release date for your projects, and they give you daily trending reports. I don't know if those reports are better than the regular one. I haven't seen anyone show what that looks like or comment about how good it is on this tier. If it's better, then I would definitely want this, because that's important to me. Anyway, all this stuff added together, after the first year, it'd be $400 that you would have paid to release 3 singles and 3 12-track albums. And the reason I'm talking about so much music is because I do beats, and I'm thinking of Distrokid being a place where I can release a bunch of beats. And it was attractive at first because it was like, okay, I pay $19 a year and I can release as much as I want with no worries. The only problem is, if you want to add this stuff, it's going to be per song, per year, forever. And so coming back here, if I did all this stuff and stopped, didn't do any more music, I just focus on promotion for the rest of my life, then every year after the first one, you'd have your membership, you'd have the fees for the 3 singles and the fees for the 3 albums. Again, Shazam, YouTube, adding stores, all that stuff. Total in the second year is $182. So the total in 5 years would be over $1,000, almost $1,200. Total in 10 years, $2,000. Total in 25 years, almost $5,000. So this 5 years is probably the easiest to grasp. It's just in that 5 years, I will have paid this period. So my income, just to break even, would have to top this. And if I did it 3 singles and 3 albums per year and kept releasing that at that same pace, this is what would happen. First year, 416, just to have these 39 tracks out. And this is what would be the break-even sales. I would have to, on each track, make an average of $10 about. So if I had 39 people that would pay $10 for these tracks, then I would basically break even, and then I would start making money after that. And again, with Distrokid, after that point, you would be making 100% of whatever you have. So that would be the point. Only thing is, as we go on, it starts to increase. second year, between the first and second, it's about $1,000 that I've paid out without any income. The third year membership, the payments for my first releases, payments for my second releases, my new releases, and this is adding the lifetime legacy on these tracks. I don't know if there was a reason that she would not do that, but I'm just adding the maximum here. Total for the third year, 700. Total after 3 years, grand total, 1600, almost 1700. Same process, same releases. I have 12 singles out, 12 full-length albums out. The total in that, after that 4 years, $2,500. Same thing in the fifth year. Now I have almost 200 tracks out, and all that is going to add up to about $3,500 that I have paid ever since I started, paid out. So the break-even sales, I would have to $18 per track for those 200 tracks almost. I would have to have made $18 on each one, from the streaming, from downloads, from sales, from the monetization, all that stuff that they're offering. Would have to make that just to break even. And the simple point that I'm trying to make is I'm not sure if that makes more sense. It's just you're paying either way with both. So I feel like I'd rather pay up front and have that be for life, and then take this sales commission, because even though it feels wrong to say, oh, someone's going to take 9% of what I have, but if my songs sit there for 4 years and there's no income, then there's nothing that I've paid out. And if I am making money on it, it's not that I have a bill that I have to pay, it's just coming out of what I did. So the real test would be to do the math and figure out. I sure hope this mic works. That would suck if this second round, and I'm saying all this crap and it's not even recording. But this is why you test stuff. Anyway, the real math would be to know at what point does it make sense to do this, and how much money would you need to be making for it to make less sense to do this than it would be to say, hey, I can eat after 2 years of all these releases. I can eat this $1,000 because I'm making more with that 9% extra income difference, 100% income versus 91% income for CD Baby. That 9% is more than this total amount that I would have paid. And again, we would have to add the cost for the 3 singles. I could do this right now, I just haven't finished it. The cost for releasing the 3 singles on CD Baby, and again, this is the pro version of CD Baby, which is kind of the max of what you can do. And the cost of these 3 albums per year would have a baseline cost that it shouldn't take long to add that up. But the question is, does that make sense? And am I going to have to want to worry about 10 years from now, if my life is in a totally different place, that I'm going to have to be paying this amount per year just to have that stuff still on the streaming platforms? Or is it going to be nice to say, hey, it's just sitting there. If somebody buys it, they buy it. If nobody touches it, then I'm not coming out any more money. And that's where I'm not sure. There's a clear advantage right now with the release timing. You can choose a date with CD Baby, it seems like, but it seems like it takes a long time, like 2 weeks. Could be one. Spotify's probably really fast, maybe a day or two, a couple days. But Distrokid, apparently the release timing is like 2 days or the next day or something like that. And I don't know how that works with when you have a ton of other platforms around the world, etc. So I don't know how that works, but that is one big advantage. But if you can stomach that and stomach some of the other kind of disadvantages, I guess, with CD Baby, the payment splitting that Distrokid does, if you have people that you need to be paying automatically from your income, if you don't have to worry about that, then I'm just wondering, for me, if it's going to make more sense to just pay this amount up front, be done with it, and eat the cost. And I guess the other thing about that is this percentage does give them incentive for me to do well. With Distrokid and anyone else that takes 0%, it's kind of all up to you, because they're not getting any benefit from you doing well or not. It's just your stuff is up there. If I start to catch, it would make sense for CD Baby to try to advertise what I'm doing and push it and do different stuff, because they're still getting something off of it. And not that the CD Baby platform seems like the top choice for music purchase or even music consumption, and they tout, you can sell downloads off of their website and stuff like that, but there's not that many people that I know that are using that at all. And then of course, if you want to do like the vinyl stuff, if you want to do the physical CDs, they still have that option, but as we all know, it's kind of dying out. So considering all that, my real question that I will hopefully get soon is, what is the actual comparison, and how much would you have to be making to break even with this, assuming you had the same number of sales, the same number of downloads or whatever. And then for you, for yourself, and for myself, you have to make sure, does this make sense? I just lost my scroll. What the heck? Come on, man. Come on, doctor. Would this make sense to do this and sacrifice? Press this stupid page up now. Oh, I lost my page. What is it doing? The heck? Duh. What's happening? Peter, what's happening? Oh, it's at the top. That was really dumb. It's still not scrolling. Anyway, would it make sense to eat this cost, to eat this extra 10% for YouTube monetization, and say, hey, everything else I don't have to worry about, I'm just leaving it? Yeah. Not to mention these other freaking things is so complicated, but whatever. Alright, that's all for this test, and hopefully it's actually working and it's not a test. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. If you want me to share this with you, let me know. If you already have access to something like this that is already detailed and I don't have to finish doing this, let me know, because I will stop right now if this information is already out there. But I would like to help people make informed decisions, and I think Distrokid is doing a good job of getting their narrative out there about, what they offer. But that narrative to me is a little misleading, as far as it just being like, oh, you're just paying this amount per year and CD Baby is taking all of your royalties and all that stuff. It's not that simple. And I may at the end of all this still go with Distrokid. Who knows? But I just want to make sure that I understand it fully. Alright, this is enough.